Hi everyone. This video is a little bit late, like 2 weeks late. Oops. We're going to be discussing a planting combination I did. So we're going to talk about why I planted the plants where I planted them, and the individual plants themselves and what they bring to the overall design. So this is probably going to be part of a series of videos that I do that discuss certain planting combinations and certain aspects of design that include not just your basic color and contrast, but also ecological design, which is something I'm hoping gains more ground in the future. So let's start. So we're going to do it a once over. Got that. Some of the plants are a little bit past their best, which sucks, but that's okay. So let's start with discussing the individual plants themselves. And we're going to start with this one right here. This is Stachys byzantina. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it's also called lamb's ear. It's the straight species. There's a couple different cultivars out there. Some of them are reported not to flower. You may be asking, well, why would I want a plant that doesn't flower? And that's because once this is done flowering, the plant kind of gets weedy looking. You could counter that by dividing the plant or cutting it back right away so it doesn't set seed and waste energy, and it will recover. Let's see if that's true though. So Stachys byzantina has the soft velvety leaves. A lot of bees, like leaf-cutter bees, actually comb this and line their nest with the fuzz of this plant. Also, the flowers are very good at attracting bees too. If you notice, this planting combination is a little bit heavy on the pink, and we're going to move on to our next plant, which is right there. This is Penstemon mexicali, red rocks, I believe. It has basic Penstemon flowers, great for attracting some of the heavier set bees. It gives a little bit of a break between the two silver plants that we have here, and it also echoes that pink. So we got pink right here and pink right here, but they're different shades of pink. Also, the seed heads are a little bit they're pretty too. But with penstemons, like, even though the seed heads are pretty ornamental, I personally would cut them back so that it doesn't waste energy making seeds until I got a bigger plant. Oh look, let's see if we can see it. It's a small native bee going into the statues. Back here we have a native plant to the Chihuahua Desert, and it's called Salvia chamaedryoides. It has these nice blue flowers that are really contrast with the leaves, so we got contrast within the plant itself. It spreads underground via rhizomes, and over time it can make a thicket. This one hasn't started doing that yet. It's not an aggressive spreader, so don't worry about that. And if it does get out of hands, you could just go in with a shovel and cut it up a little bit, and you got new plants. So in terms of overall design, these plants were all put here because with the idea that they would be able to tolerate extreme drought and very poor soil. Oh look, you can see a native bee. My camera will focus. That they could all tolerate extreme drought and really poor soil. The soil here is pretty much just raw sand, and it's pretty hard too. And these plants have done great. The Penstemon struggled a bit, but this year really took off. So this planting is probably roughly a year and a half old. The Penstemon being the oldest plant here. And in terms of design, you wanna, at first I thought I made a mistake because I put two silver leaf plants right next to each other, and you don't want to put too many monotone things because then you can't tell the plants apart. But even between the silvers, you could tell there's a big difference. You got white silver and a bluish silver. But if you're afraid of doing that, put a break. Put something green in between. Or put something variegated so you get contrast. And your eye could, even though everything's growing into each other, you can still tell, okay, this is this and this is that. In terms of ecological design, these plants were all considered for their attraction to native bees, in particular some of the smaller native bees like Nacier blossoms. And also the Stachys in particular, for its ability to provide nesting material to some of the bigger bees like leafcutter bees. Like I mentioned earlier, they've been observed in multiple areas, Britain and America, combing the fuzz off of the leaves of this plant to line their nest. So thank you for watching this first part of the series. I'm hoping to improve it. I'm hoping to learn some editing skills so I could actually put the names of the plants and look a little bit more professional. So comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.